we're continuing the 5A2 discussion with one of the coaches in that district. It's Bishop McGuinness head coach Justin Jones here on the 5A preview, OK Preps Roundup, powered by Excel Therapy. Coach, thanks so much for taking some time and talking a little McGuinness football with us.
Appreciate you guys having me.
We just got done talking with Bishop Kelly, head coach J.J. Tapana. Obviously, the Bishop Battle, one of the top rivalry games in the state. We're going to see it week 2. You guys play host this year, and you have the Shillelagh. You're going to be defending it this year as the Comets come into town. But both squads really have a lot coming back, and this year's rivalry matchup might be one for the record books.
Well, you know, it's always one of those games that it's always usually decided by 7 points or less, and so it's always a tough battle for us. I know that we certainly enjoy the game, and Bishop Kelly always brings a great challenge to us and us to them, and so it's just good, clean, fun football, and we love playing it.
Talk a little bit about this squad coming back, guys who you lost and have to replace, and who are some of the guys who we maybe don't know about right now that are going to be making headlines this fall?
Well, I think, you know, certainly on the offensive side of the ball, it starts with, you know, our quarterback, Jacob Mullins, started essentially every game beginning in week 2 last year, and so has a lot of experience and really the captain of our offense as far as getting us set and making the right play calls. We allow him to check a lot of things at the line of scrimmage. You know, and then built around, you know, our skill guys with Rebelgo as a receiver, Zach Siegel as our running back. Got a new running back this year that we feel good about in Colby Mendenhall, as well as Josh McDaniel. And then our skill guys outside, you know, Trevor Ruskowski, Alec Manelli, Matt Chancellor, all guys that we think will make big plays for us this year. And then really the foundation, the focus for us on offense has been, you know, solidifying the offensive line. We feel like, you know, we made some great headway this week in our scrimmage versus Lott MacArthur. We're really confident about the guys that we have up front. But really up front, it starts with Emery Winter, our center, who started every game, or basically mid-season last year on. So he returns a bunch of experience there, and Cole Muggenborg. And then kind of got a position battle at both tackles between some young guys, but feel confident about that. On defense for us, you know, it starts with, you know, really our safety, Hunter Voss. He's been a 3-year starter. He kind of captains our secondary. You know, we're inexperienced at both corners and the other safety. And so Hunter's going to have to do a great job this year of getting those other 3 guys in the secondary in line. But we feel confident that we're going to be able to put a great product on the field in the back end. Up front, we return everybody on defense. And so, you know, we've really got 5 defensive linemen that have all started. You know, we play a 3-4, so at any given time, only 3 of those guys are going to be playing, but that allows us to have instantaneous depth, and we can have a lot of rotations and stay fresh up front. And then our linebacker core, Clay Morris is a 3-year starter as a junior. Ended up starting at the end of his freshman year. We've got Davis Lauderdale as an inside linebacker, and then the other linebacker that we have is Connor McGuire. We feel very confident about that. And then our other outside linebacker is James Blanchard. And so really good for us defensively, just returning the experience that we have. You know, we've got 9 starters back, and for us, you know, there's no substitute for experience, especially at the type of football that we play in 5A. You know, you've got to be in the fire to learn.
Talking with Bishop McGuinness head coach Justin Jones here. It's our 5A preview on the OK Preps Roundup, powered by Excel Therapy. Coach, it's been several years now since McGuinness won back-to-back 4A state championships. You moved up to 5A several years ago, and ever since then you've been making playoff appearances. You've been competitive, but you haven't been able to get over that hump, making it to the championship game. What's it going to take this year to get over that hump and finally make it to the 5A title game?
Well, I think number one in 5A, it's such a physical class, and then when you go, you know, especially with the district that we're in and the district that we match up with, you know, it's a bear to get through those first 11 weeks, you know, and then, you know, from there you're going to go play tough competition from the other districts, you know, when you cross over, but for us, it's having depth, and that's the one thing that we feel like we have this year that we haven't had in the past. I mean, you know, across the board, we feel like we're at least 2 deep, and we've got guys that allow us to manage injuries, allows us to manage the season and keep guys fresh, you know, and deal with the obstacles that are going to, you know, surmount and come to us. mainly because we have depth, and this is the deepest team that I've had, since I've been at McGuinness. And you're right, we've been competitive. We haven't been able to get over that hump. My first year, or our first year in 5A, we had to, play Carl Albert in the semifinals and ended up getting beat there. So for us, there's a hunger for us to get back and to get over the hump. It's just, our guys have got to continue to grow, and we've got to stay healthy, and we've got to get lucky.
And, Coach, you kind of alluded to my next question. What are the expectations this year with McGuinness? You have a lot of guys back. The district is going to be competitive once again, but Guthrie and Carl Albert, they're not what they have been in the last couple of years. No disrespect to them, but they don't have a Kai Callens at Guthrie. You don't have a Dylan Laurie at Carl Albert to deal with. What are the expectations at McGuinness going into 2015?
Well, the expectations are to play every week as hard as we can and to win one game at a time. Those Carl Albert and Guthrie have both lost, star players year after year, and they always seem to reload. And so we know we'll certainly have our hands full with them. Deer Creek's a team that's loaded on their way back, return a bunch of starters just like us. And then you've got that other district with Ardmore and Lot Mac and Altus. I mean, it's tough. And for us, the expectation is, I think this year it's not and I hate saying rebuilding year, but it's not a learning year for us. This year's about taking our experience and being able to run with that. And so for us, I told our kids when we began week one of fall camp that we're not preparing to play, 11 weeks. The coaches planned, we planned everything that we did going into fall camp and that we're going to continue to do. The plan is to play 14 weeks. And so we're changing some things up to try to limit the grind and to be physical when we need to be physical, but also to give our guys plenty of rest and be recovered for Friday nights. And so, we're going to work a little bit different plan. The plan is that we're planning to play 14 weeks, but we're also going to take it one game at a time. And, there's no secret to how you win 5A. You've got to be really good up front. You've got to play great defense, and you got to take care of the football. And if you can do those things, then you're going to have a shot.
Coach, thanks for taking some time this morning and talking a little McGuinness football with us. Looking forward to seeing if you guys end up playing those 14 weeks. And if it happens, I'm sure we'll be talking several times throughout the 2015 season.
Well, I appreciate you guys and all you do for Oklahoma High School football. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Coach. That's Bishop McGuinness head coach Justin Jones here. A little Bishop battle to start off hour number 2 with Kelly head coach J.J. Tapana and McGuinness head coach Justin Jones.